Good morning, Facebook. I am Ellie Frost. Happy Monday. I'm a mentor, strategist, guide for visionary leaders here to create new ways on the planet. Do something revolutionary and new, not for the sake of it, not to rebel, but because it's their sole purpose. And we're the mavericks, we're the innovators, we're the ones that demonstrate, live, create new things that provide more life ultimately for all of us, right? And I am opening for the first time in a long time, probably at least a year, over a year, I'd say, Visionary to Visionary, and I'm running it live, right? This is an experience that is unlike anything I know that's out. I don't think anyone does this, especially not the way I do it, that actually has a bespoke kind of training for visionary leaders, right? I have had a very fortunate experience in that I have worked with some of the biggest, most impactful brands, personal brands as well on the planet. And what I do, because I'm a real geek in my profession, is sit a lot and think about how and why things work, which is why many companies have come to me for bespoke strategies, right? Because I really understand how and why things work strategically and energetically so that I can use those principles to create things that work for my clients uniquely, because all my clients are very unique and diverse across industries and professions and who they are and what they want to do. And I love that. So understanding the principles of how and why things work at core means that we can be extremely useful. Because one, in changing times, and right now we're going through a lot of change on the planet, the people that understand principles behind how and why things work can pivot, can respond to the market, can respond to the collective consciousness, what needs to happen, what needs to change, and they're more flexible. And we know that one of the biggest principles of evolution is that, you know, it relies on the fastest things, people, beings to change. Evolution is based on our adaptability and staying relevant. This is something that I've taught and strategically directed people with for years. Working one-on-one with me in my hybrid container, which is a hybrid of mentoring, coaching and strategy. It's a much more directional situation where we really agree strategies. Working with me in my online containers are still very strategic, but also a lot more coaching involved in that, as well as with my one-on-one, so that I integrate both, because what I really found was one without the other doesn't work. Just being coached into your potential without a really solid strategy will not take you where you want to be. And having the best strategies without the emotional intelligence and energetic skills of the visionary, especially if you really want to be, you know, you've got a big vision, won't work alone either. So I really was passionate about becoming masterful in all of these areas so that I can integrate them. And that's what I think is missing in the market. Really people who have, you know, all of these abilities very strongly, a lot of substance behind each one of these means that you get a very full and complete package in being able to excel. So let me talk to you about Visionary to Visionary, because that is what I'm launching in January. And I made a post today and I said some of the things that container will do for you. One is, I said, you will learn how to understand and master your energy as a visionary. So, goodness me, the first module of that program, I help you understand yourself as a visionary. Having worked with so many visionary leaders, we are very misunderstood. Many of the people I've worked with would be diagnosed as many of the popular mental health conditions. Not saying that I'm against those diagnoses. All I'm saying is that visionaries often have excess energy, different energy qualities that are misunderstood, yeah? And when we learn how to regulate, understand and work with our energy, which I'm a master at teaching people, rather than just see it as dysfunctional, we understand that a lot of genius on the planet, yeah, comes with a different energy type and a different kind of way of thinking, not just in the concepts that people think, but also the way their brain works. They're faster. They're often would be described as ADHD, often having different responses to things. There's a lot of genius in what we call sometimes ill. Now, I'm not saying if you've got any of those diagnoses, you shouldn't do what's right for you. I'm just saying that I have noticed a pattern in some of the most visionary artists, leaders and innovators, that when you learn how to regulate your nervous system and work with your energy and understand that some of this, and we know this from, certain things, contains genius, that's misunderstood in the normal bracket. But I don't go into a lot of that in that course, apart from to help you understand yourself as a visionary, what that means, the traits that you'll usually have, which is always about often being a black sheep. You'll see things differently. Your energy will be different. There's many things that I unpack for you there, and you'll probably identify with if you're called to me in any way, because I am here for visionary leaders. Every single human on the planet has a very important part to play, but I work with the visionaries, right? Because that's where my purpose is. So that's who I'm for. How to work with and define a moving vision. Right, so visionaries, right, we are receiving ideas from consciousness. We are working with something that's moving as consciousness moves forward. So the hardest thing for visionaries sometimes is how to work with something that keeps moving, keeps changing. And there's something that I teach, which is a peak performance skill fundamentally that I developed with for my people, which I call the new and the now. And it's how to work with this new expanding vision and realize in real time. Because a lot of visionaries, they don't monetize because the vision keeps moving and expanding and they can't quite define it. So I teach you how to identify your vision, what I call, I've labeled the visionary essence, which is the bit that's underneath it all. Look at the light. It looks like there's magic. There's magic in the air. I'm full of magic and divine light. Look at it. Whoa. Can you see that on your screen? I can see it on mine. So the visionary essence is something that I developed, and I have taught people, which really helps you ground into the essence of it overall. And then you can get definition over your current vision, and what that means, how to define it, how to talk about it. Command resources, right? Visionaries command resources. They create them. They create customers. They create new worlds. They create new environments. They create new ways of doing things. Yeah. The how to a visionary is a creative process. I teach the visionary how, which means you decide how you want it to work. And I teach you exactly how to engineer that. So, no, I can't see you. Transform your relationship with time and money. Very important to heal the relationship with time and money, to create spaciousness around those things, which I teach you how to do energetically and in real time, so that you really are working with your resources differently. Co-create and ignite your vision in others. A huge piece of that course is around this, right? No visionary that starts any movement, for change, does it on their own. It relies on you being able to ignite that vision in others, right? A piece of your vision ignites and is a core piece in someone else's or in the masses if you're here to create change with the mass, right? So co-creating and igniting your vision in others is something I teach people, and it takes you, which I love, beyond just influence into impact. When I influence you, it means I might make you feel something. I can affect you, right? But when I impact you, I make you move. So hello, my loves. I can't see who's on. The light's so funny today, but I'm enjoying it. I'm probably speaking fast. I'm talking about visionary to visionary because this is just, there's nothing like it that anyone else does. For visionary leaders, it is such an exciting container to be in. But I just got on to the part where I was talking about you go beyond influence to impact. If I influence you, I might make you feel something. I might make you, you might be inspired by me. Influence you, I might influence you to try and think about healthier choices or whatever it is. When I make impact, I make change. So the skills of the visionary are unique, yeah? I've taught people, and again, this is bespoke to my work, and it is all copyrighted, right? This is my formula. But people think the key skill of a visionary is the ability to vision, and I don't think so. The key skill you learn in that course is activation, because being able to vision is not enough unless you can activate it in the physical. So I've taught people, and I've bespoke in my body of work over the last 20 years, that the key skill of the visionary is activation, being able to activate that vision. Activating that vision involves the skill set I'm talking about, co-creation and igniting the vision in others. A piece of my vision speaks to a piece of yours, because a visionary can only create change by igniting that vision in other people. If you think about any great brand, right, they've ignited a piece of that vision in you. it's part of who you are to some extent. You know, an Apple phone user is part of their identity to some extent. Now, there's different levels of this, but these skill sets I teach you are unique. I don't think anyone studied this and developed this body of work like I have, and they certainly haven't worked with the same level of visionaries, likely, in the way that I have, and unpacked it. So I teach you the skill sets, so you know what you're working with, you know what to develop, you know how to navigate this journey. Going on to influence into impact and legacy. So, yeah, it's a very unique program for visionaries. Now, anyone can have a vision. Visionaries came to create change. You know that there is something very unique that you came here to do on the planet that's bespoke to you, which means you can't have a cookie cutter approach. It's about a journey of understanding yourself as a visionary, like I teach you in this course, understanding the qualities and the key skills of that, getting into peak performance with your unique energy, being able to communicate, develop, co-create and ignite that vision in others. Understand impact over just influence. Influence is important, but impact makes people move, right? So contact me about that course. It's a good price. I've sold it for more than this, but I'm looking to develop this work with people who are ready for it, right? The time is now on the planet. There is an enormous amount of change. If you're serious about it, the quality, the depth, the substance of strategy and energetics, I don't believe anyone else does the way I do it, especially not with visionaries, where I don't see anybody else really having this particular art. For the visionaries, for people who are here to create a movement for change through who they are on the planet. I also teach, for visionaries, we have a view for the collective. So yes, we have vision for ourselves, our life, personal gain, our abundance and our wealth, but our vision is beyond that. It's really for the collective, It does. I have a vision for myself and my own thing, but visionaries really want to benefit the collective. The beauty of that is the consciousness that supports that, is that the universe really gets behind it. The amount of momentum I can create with people is extraordinary. The way I know how to work with this is extraordinary. I would love to invite you in with me if this feels good to you. Contact me, because I don't know when I'll run it again. I don't do things just to I just tell the truth. I don't know when I run it again. My work is of extremely high quality with this. If you are someone who feels misunderstood, knows you're a visionary leader, at any point of your journey, you can join this program. My one-on-one is for people who are established, because it's just not that, it's better for me to work with people at a certain level one-on-one. But this I can open up to anyone. So wherever you are on your visionary journey, you're welcome into this container. So I'd take advantage of it, and I'd look forward to working with you. Any questions, let me know. Happy Monday. Look at all this light. I love you guys. Happy Christmas week. I'll speak to you soon.